Hello! Now, as you can see, my background is different today. That's because I finally cleaned my room, so I'm actually filming in my own bedroom because my room wasn't really clean before, so I was cleaning in a different room. But yay, my room is actually quite clean now, so I can film with it. Now, the last time I made a vlog was July 2010, so about 2 months ago, and at the time I was still 19. So a lot of things have happened since then, including my birthday. But today I only want to talk about two things. Actually, make that three. The first thing I want to talk about is when you start missing things that you loved. The reason I say this is because in the past month I've pretty much lost two of the things, two of my favourite things. Hair the Musical closed in the beginning of September, and Big Brother finished just a few days ago. And those two things were two of my favourite things, two things that I loved and enjoyed watching. Now it's quite interesting actually, because first time I saw Hair I didn't even like it that much. I mean, I did enjoy it, but I didn't really love the show that much first time. But each time I saw it, I kept seeing new things that I really liked about the show. And the very last time I saw it, which was my third time, and it was during the last week of performances in London, that's when I realised that I really actually love the show and I really don't want it to finish its run in London. Sadly, there was nothing I could do about it, and on September 4th, 2010, Hair the Musical officially closed at the Gilgit Theatre in London. And all the amazing cast, they all went back to America. Most of them, I think. But yeah, so yeah, that was pretty sad. And since then, even though, like I said, I wasn't a massive fan, Hair is still not one of my top 5 favourite shows or anything, but I do miss it. Like when I think about it, or when I pass the theatre and I don't see the Hair sign, I do feel a bit empty, I suppose. A few days ago, Big Brother also finished. Now, I was a massive fan of Big Brother, and I still am. I never really watched the first few series, but I started watching it in 2007, which was the year Brian Bello won. And since then I've just been watching it regularly every year and following it, and watching it every single night in the summer holidays and stuff. So that for me was a big loss when it ended on Friday night. I'm aware that lots of people think of Big Brother as a very stupid program which has no point. In some ways I do agree with them. It's not necessarily the most educational program on TV, but at the same time it's very entertaining, and you do get to learn a lot about how people act in different situations, and I don't know, there's just something about it that's very charming, and it just makes you want to watch it. If you're wondering who my favourite ever winner is of Big Brother, it's Rachel Weisz, and she won the series in 2008, and lots of people didn't like that series, and lots of people didn't like the fact that she won, because apparently she was boring and she didn't do much and she wasn't as crazy as the previous winners had been. But I think that's the reason I actually liked her, because I think she was a very normal person, and I wish that Big Brother producers realised that it's actually better to have normal people on the show instead of very weird crazy people, because if there's normal people on the show, people can relate to them, whereas if it's like really over the top crazy people, it's a bit like, okay, you're a bit loud and I just don't understand you. So yeah, the Big Brother final on Friday was pretty emotional. It was the ultimate Big Brother final, and they just had like different things. There was celebrations, like sending off Davina McCall, who was a presenter, and all that kind of stuff. And I did end up, shedding a few tears. It was quite funny because my friend who lives in America was staying with me that night, and I kind of forced her to watch Big Brother with me because I didn't want to miss the final, and so she had to watch it with me. I do feel sorry for her because obviously she didn't like it, but she's lovely, so she listened to me and watched the show with me, and she was very confused by the whole thing. She was like, how can you actually like such a show? Like, she just didn't get why I liked the show that so much. And when I started like getting all emotional, she was like, why? It's just a show. I suppose Big Brother's over now. It's been in my life for 3 years now, and it's been in the UK for 11 years, so it's like an end of an era really, and it's quite sad. My point was to say that how do you feel when something that you really loved ends up getting taken away from you, whether it's a show or a musical, or I don't know, if it's like a school you go to and you have to move schools and go somewhere else, It's my question is, how do you feel? How do you deal with it? That's probably a better question to ask, because I find it a bit sad, and I could never really get over losing things that I like / love. So I think I'm always going to be missing Big Brother, and I'm always going to be missing hair. It might get better as time goes by, but I'm always going to be like, whenever I think of them, I'm going to be like, oh no, I miss them. So yeah. Last thing I want to talk about, and this is going to be very short because I don't want this video to end up being a very long video, is Kerry Ellis, and talked about her in previous vlogs. The reason I'm talking about her in this vlog is because she's got a new album out now, and it's called Anthems, and it's produced by Brian May, who was the guitarist of the band Queen, a very famous band Queen. I'm sure you've heard of him. And yeah, her album is out now, so you should go and buy it in the shops because it's literally amazing. And I can pretty much guarantee it that you're going to love it. I mean, Kerry's got an amazing, powerful, beautiful voice, which is very hard not to like. So yeah, I mean, I got the CD, her album, yesterday because that's when it came out in the shops. I went to a CD signing in HMV and got it signed my CD and everything. I got it home yesterday, and I started listening to it in the living room. And my mom was there, and she was like, "Oh, who's that?" And I was like, "That's Kerry Ellis. She used to play Alphabet and Wicked, blah blah blah." And she was like, "Wow, the album's actually really good." So my mom really loved the song and the album, so I think you should give it a try and get the album if you can. I mean, I've been listening to it non-stop since I got it yesterday, which is kind of bad, but it's just really, really good. It's amazing. You should get it. It's called Anthems, and you can get it from HMV, Dress Circle, and if you just type it online on Google, I'm sure you'll find links to, download it or buy it. So do that if you can, because she's amazing and the album is amazing. I'm sorry if my vlog was so boring. Yeah.